teacher that's here, if they'll come. Yeah, they can't see you. And I just let them tell you about how Mango Math fosters critical thinking.
I use Mango Math, and I teach 4th grade everything, so we did a review of everything we learned for the year, and we used all the centers that went with that, and we rotated through, and the kids loved it. Not only did it teach them math, but it taught them to read instructions and know what to do. I did that, like a little brief thing, this is what you do at this station. But they had, there's a card and everything that tells them step by step, so they had to be able to go back and what do we do next, and problem solve that way. They also had to work as a team, which is hard for them sometimes, but they did a really good job with that. But critical thinking, there was one that we did, and it was, somebody had to set a price, like you're going to go to the grocery store, and they had to buy items. So they would flip cards, and your first item cost $7.99. And they had to figure out when they wanted to stop buying items. So they had to really think ahead, well, this is how much I've got to spend, and this is how much my first item costs, and can I buy another item, or do I want to stop here? Kind of like blackjack. Do you want to go again, or do you want to stop? But that's real life. I mean, if you got $20 and you go in the grocery store, you have to think ahead that way. They also had a factor activity, and they had to really think ahead because they were against the other kids, so it was a team thing. And one kid had to pick a multiple, and the other kids had to come up with the factors. And the way they got points was they added up the factors. So when you picked a multiple, you had to think about, I want a multiple that doesn't have any factors. Then you had to think about what was covered up. So you had to think about, well, if I pick 10, the 5's already covered, so they're not going to get the 5 points, but they're going to be able to get the 2 points, so it required lots of thinking ahead before you made your decision. So lots of critical thinking in real life.
Well, you know, these are all just games that they play. These little centers are games that just practice whatever you're teaching. But it seems to me like games kind of foster critical thinking because you want to win. And you're going to try to figure out the way to win. But what they're really doing is they're learning math and they're critically thinking about what they're doing as they're trying to win. So you're kind of tricking them into learning and doing it in a fun way. And my kids love Mango Math. They want to do the activities. When I say we're going to do Mango Math, they get real excited because we're going to get to play a game.
Where do we need to go?
It should go on. It was a video sound. Some of the accomplishments. We were able to purchase the crates for grades 3 through 5. Teachers have implemented the use of Mango Crates. 3rd grades taught 1 unit using fractions of Mango Crate activities. 4th grade, they did a review between Think Link B and C. And in 5th grade, we did a unit on adding and subtracting fractions using Mango Crates. And then here's like 3rd grade's pre and post results. You can see the number of apprentice and novice in gray, and then how many they had apprentice and novice after using the crates, the activities in the post. So their number of distinguished and proficient went way up. And in 4th grade, they've not taught a unit using them yet because we got them late. But she did use a review between B and C of all the standards we've taught, she's taught. And you can see that she went up from B to C. Plus we had all that snow in there. And here's the one I taught on adding and subtracting fractions. And you can see the number of apprentice and novice pre, which is in gray. And then the number after using the Mango Crate activities. And some problems that we had was delaying in ordering because they wasn't on our bid list, so we had to go through this big process, and we didn't get the crates until December. And then we had all those snow days, and I wanted to get 80% of the activities in each crate used. Well, that really didn't happen. And we really needed more data to see if the crates made a difference or if it was just instruction. Because you know that as you teach, it should be better than it was the first time. And for our next steps, we continue to continue to do this next year. We're going to continue to collect data, maybe go back and get previous data without the crates and compare it to data with the crates. And we hope that teachers will create more Mango Math type activities that foster critical thinking and problem solving.